Sounds good. Should we just start from the beginning?
Yeah, we could just start from the beginning.
Sounds good.
All right, first shot. Welcome, everyone, to the Love Patterson Podcast. This is Derek, your host, and we have our co-host.
Hi, it's Angela Bodis.
And we have our special guest.
I'm Sarah with Grocery Outlet.
And I'm Frank with Grocery Outlet.
Well, thank you guys for coming. So we just want to get to know you guys, have the community get to know you guys. You guys are always involved in the community, so that's a very good thing. But we want to get to know you guys even better, right? So can you start by telling us a bit about your background and what led you to become owners of Grocery Outlet in Patterson?
Yes, most definitely. So I've been in groceries since I was 16 years old or so, and I've worked for Rayleigh's for 21 years. And then friends of ours were part of Grocery Outlet for a long period of time, and they kept telling us how wonderful Grocery Outlet was, how it brings so many great things to the community, not just prices and wonderful deals that help a lot of families that, you know, are in need and trying to just get a great deal and provide for their families, but also what each individual owner does in their community or what they have the capability of doing. Mm-hmm. And so it's really exciting to be able to be a part of that community and do things and give back, and just it's a great feeling. Mm-hmm. It's more than just selling groceries. It's a great feeling. Mm-hmm. And so we did it in Tracy because we had the Tracy store prior to, but our whole goal and what we wanted to do was to do it in Patterson, where we're from. It's our hometown. So we're so excited to be here.
Wow. So Patterson's your hometown? Is that your hometown as well?
Yeah. We've been residents since 2009.
Oh, so, really? Yeah. Me too.
So technically for me, 2019, but he's been here since 2009. So,
okay. Yeah. Very nice. And so you worked at O'Reilly's,
yep.
And then you transitioned to becoming an owner at Grocery Outlet, right?
Yep.
And then what was it that you did?
I'm an HVAC refrigeration contractor for the past 24 years.
Perfect. So then anytime there's any issues, right, you're on it. You're like, I got this.
Yeah.
I got this.
Yeah. Most definitely. I must say that's the scariest thing as in a grocery store is when something goes down, refrigeration goes down, freezers go down. So, and it can take a long time to get someone to come and give you a hand too. So I'm like, Frank, help. It's a huge cost. So I'm like, thank God he's right here to help. So it's wonderful.
Yeah. And then for the rest, we have YouTube, right?
Yep, that's right. YouTube, a lot of things we can't figure it out.
Freaking ChatGPT has been like my sidekick.
Okay, I've been hearing about this crazy. We were in the hospital yesterday seeing my uncle, and my brother and my cousin were all talking about it. I'm like, what is this?
Oh, it's gonna be your best friend. It's your therapist. It's your mechanic. It's everything. Like for me, I use it for every area in my life. It has like access to the internet, so like it can just guide you step by step. You tell it, hey, tell it to me like I'm 5 years old. Explain it to me, and it will do it. And so I'm just able to do, like, all this stuff right here. ChatGPT. It's not even me.
Wow, that's impressive. Wow. Very cool.
Yeah.
My friend plans her menus for the week on ChatGPT.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, she just says, I want to get groceries from this place. I want to have, 4 meals for dinner. These are the ingredients we have. What can I make? And it'll come up with a whole menu.
That's incredible.
Wow.
And
it
incredible.
Makes a list of the items you need to.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And it'll guide you right to Grocery Outlet to get all those.
I like it. I like it.
Right there.
Yes, I like it. If it helps with that, then I'm game. I like this already.
Right. Okay, so what do you think makes Patterson unique compared to other places?
A lot of people have grown up here. I mean, like born and raised. Everybody here in Patterson that we've met have huge hearts for the community, for each other. It's just a different world and vibe. It really is. I get the feeling of the old school, like, hello, how are you? How's it going? Trying to help one another, try to build each other up. Or bigger towns and bigger cities, it's like nobody really cares. Everyone's coming, going, doing their own thing. So there's a lot of love in this town. There's a lot of love. And Absolutely. I think that's what really drives us to really be excited to be a part of it.
It's a nice small hometown feeling.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Definitely. I like how it's small, but just not overly small where you like you recognize every single person. I mean, if you're in the community all the time, I mean, you're bound to recognize a lot of people, but it's not like if you're dressed like in pajamas and you're going to Walmart,
Yes.
you're going to run into a bunch of people,
Yeah, right.
You might, but I mean.
That does still happen. So,
I haven't tried it yet, but I feel like it would happen to me.
You go to Walmart, dress the wrong way, and you will run into everyone.
Yeah, right.
That's how you attract the people, right?
Yes.
It's true.
Okay, so what about a quote or a piece of advice that's been impactful to your journey as business owners?
So for me, I just think it's all about community and making friends. The people that you make as friends and all the relationships that you build really help, when it comes to building customers, building clientele, events, anything that you need. I feel like it's all about making those bonds, those friendships, and so forth. I think it's been really big for us. So I think making relationships is huge for business and for the community.
Agreed.
When was it that you guys both decided to, like, Grocery Outlet's the thing that we're gonna do?
So we heard there was going to be a grocery outlet coming here around 4 or 5 years ago, and it got delayed. The construction, all that got delayed. But when we heard that there was an opportunity to actually get a store here is when we actually entered the program.
Oh, wow.
And then started training and then built ourselves up in Tracy to come for this store.
Oh, so you have to go through a training and everything.
Oh, yeah.
So we literally got into this program and gave up our careers to come. That's how much we were invested in Patterson, was that we gave up our careers to get into the program to be a part of this store in Patterson. So this was always the goal. We had the Tracy store prior to, but that was a stepping stone because there was a time period where we had to wait for the store to be built. It was like 6 years behind.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that was our thing on that. And I'm sorry, what was the other question? I missed the other part.
I think it was just like how you guys decided to become grocery.
Oh, okay. So that was it. Was we had heard about Grocery Outlet coming, and we had to rally for it because they're like, it's too small. It's a small town.
Did they have a lot of people applying for it, or was it like you guys set your sight on it and you put your dibs on it first?
No, there was other
There's
operators
a lot of
applying
people.
for it. That's why we had to prove ourselves where we were in Tracy that to be chosen to be the ones for the store.
They also like the operators to be a part of that city and town because you're going to have more heart and more passion and more drive for the city that you're part of. And some of them, they'll choose them. A lot of people will apply and they'll be like, you know what, I'm going to go there. I'm going to give my all. I'm going to do this. And that's great. And sometimes that's why they pick them. But for us, we were deeply rooted and embedded here. I mean, we go to church here. Our kids go to school here. We were already involved in clubs and doing everything here. And so that was a really big part for us, is that we were Patterson already, where all these other people were just, okay, I'll move there, I'll be a part of this. But we were already a part of Patterson.
That's so cool because, I mean, people that don't know how, like, franchises work and stuff like that usually think that, like, a big brand name like Grocery Outlet is just like that, a big brand, and it's not actually the people in the community coming together, and it's like it's a small business essentially.
Yeah, it is.
Right? And so you guys deeply care for the community here, and so you guys want to make sure that you guys are serving it in the best way possible, making sure the store is clean, all those things, right?
100%.
That's super cool. So how did you guys become involved with Love Patterson through Grocery Outlet?
So one of the cool things about this community, once again, is the relationships that you build. Okay. So right off the bat, before we were even applying for this store, I started looking into it, and I reached out to the mayor. I reached out to Chance Condit, the superintendent. I reached out to all these different people, Love Patterson, and so forth, and they were so responsive. And that's what I really liked, that small town, hometown feel. I had people calling me and sending me emails where it's like, in a big town, you may not even get an email back. Yeah. You may not get anyone to respond, things like that. And they were so helpful and so kind. They right away were introducing us to people and meeting the chamber, and hey guys, come to this event, we're going to be doing a ribbon cutting. Actually, within 2 days of reaching out to the chamber and Love Patterson, they were like, hey, Johnny's over here, they're going to have a ribbon cutting, come meet everybody, I want to introduce you to everybody. So it was like a group of friends already. It was so cool. Yeah. So for us, it was just me reaching out and them just being like, hey, we're on board. And they supported us because other people reached out too, like, hey, we're interested, what's going on in Patterson, we want to be the owners of Grocery Outlet. And they were like, hey, we already talked to these other people that are here, they've already been to events, so they really backed us. Candace wrote a letter for us, the mayor wrote a letters for us, Chance Condit, and a lot of people were already writing letters hey, they've already been in the community, they've been doing stuff for a while now. So it was really nice to have that love and support. It meant a lot.
And it turned out that we had one of the biggest grand openings in all of that corporate.
The smallest town, but the biggest heart, the biggest amount of people, the biggest grand opening. It was massive.
My first Love Patterson event was
really?
Their ribbon cutting, and it was big.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Everybody was there. Yeah.
And I'm talking people from LA, all these stores that are huge that have thousands and thousands of people, but we had the biggest representation, the biggest party. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's a party. Yeah, it was fun.
I did not know that. And I see these locations all over the place because like I said, I'm a truck driver, so I'm all over the place. Yeah. And I see Grocery Outlets, and then I see it, and I'm like, oh, I have one of those in my town, right?
Yeah.
So, did you guys get an award or something for that? Or?
No, we just got some pats on the back.
Get kudos.
Yeah.
rights.
Yeah.
Good job.
Bragging
pat
rights,
on the
yeah.
back.
Okay. So what are some of the most rewarding experiences you guys had as business owners in Patterson?
Working with the community, helping people out.
Most definitely. We've really enjoyed being able to partnership with the food bank and things like that. We've got to go out there, and not only do we donate to the food bank, like multiple times a week they come in and they come and get things from us and stuff like that. But we've also got to go there and hand out food and, build the baskets and the boxes that they make. And that just feels really good. Because I'll be honest with you, opening a new business, like we've struggled. It's hard sometimes. So when we're not making money, we feel really good about what we're doing in the community. Like it makes us feel good, and it gives us that drive to keep going and to keep moving forward.
When you're not making money.
Yeah, we're struggling.
Right.
It's hard. We're trying to
Right.
drag everybody to the other side of town right now because it's been a struggle. The building and everything coming up around us. When we opened, we were supposed to have another shopping center next to us and a lot of homes being built. And all that's taken a lot of time for it to build up around us. So that's been really hard, not just for us, but also for all the businesses in that area. We're friends with all the business owners out there, the local restaurants, the gas stations, things like that. And they all struggle. That side of town just kind of struggles. So
Yeah, no, people
It's
don't
hard.
really like to make that drive over there.
Especially when the traffic's bad. Yeah.
Yes.
It's kind of hard.
Yeah.
But
So we just try our best to just really, when things aren't the best and we're not making tons of money like Walmart or some of these other stores, it makes us feel good that we're giving back and doing positive
It feels
things.
like another purpose, like another
Exactly.
reason why we're doing this is for the community and to be a part of it, to help people.
It's not monetary. It feels good to see the Boy Scouts come out and all these different events. We've had the Boy Scouts and, the dog shelters, and we've done so many things. It just really feels good, to be honest with you.
No, like I said, you guys are super involved in everything.
you.
So, I know that at least some people make the journey over there just to support you guys.
And we
Right.
feel
We
so
appreciate
honored,
that.
and we really feel that love, and we do notice that there's people that are like, hey, I literally come over here just for you guys because I see what you guys are doing, and that means so much. That love is great.
Can you guys explain a little bit about like how Grocery Outlet works? I know it's not like a regular grocery store. You guys get new items all the time, right? How does that work?
Yeah, it's opportunistic. So, like corporate, they find the deals, like kind of like a Ross or TJ Maxx of overflow of products and stuff like that. And we're able to get it at really cheap prices, and we're able to give it to the customer at really cheap prices. So that's how it works a lot.
Yeah, so like a commercial regular store, it's the same items that they're gonna restock over and over. And for us, it's like we open the order guide and we're like, wow, this is exciting. This is it's like Christmas every time we order and open an order guide because there's all these new items and new things. So that's what keeps it fresh and exciting. Like in our last store, and even at this store too, we have people that'll come in like every day, like, what did you put out today? Because there's literally new items every single day. And it's exciting because once you get it or you find the deal, you want to buy a bunch of it because it might not be there
It's
when
a
you
treasure
come back.
hunt.
It's
a lot of times
literally
it's a treasure hunt because it's so cheap. The stuff is priced so well. And there are a lot of things that we do have that we do keep in stock, milk and eggs and the produce and stuff like that are
Meat,
constantly,
things like
and the meat.
Like they're like the foundation.
Correct.
Yeah. So all of our foundational items, we call them MTOs, are never out. So we always have the same items when it comes to the meat, the produce,
The bread.
the staples when it comes to like the bread and things like that, eggs. But a lot of the other items, like the grocery items and things like that, they're all going to be opportunistic and fun and exciting and new. So it's like you said, the treasure hunt of like going to TJ Maxx or Costco or Ross or something like that. So it makes it fun to go in every day because you never know what's going to be there.
Do you guys like crumble?
Oh, yeah. The cookies crumble? Oh, yeah.
You
Yes.
guys are a little bit like crumble. You have the flavor of the week or the day, right?
I totally, my daughter's going to love that you use that, by the way, because she is a huge crumble fan, and I do like crumble. So that's a really cool analogy. Thank you for pointing that out.
Oh, how often do you guys get the new items? Is that like a weekly thing?
Weekly.
Okay, weekly.
Quickly.
So everyone's got to know Monday morning. Get into Grocery Outlet, see what's in there. Where do you guys keep the newer stuff at?
All over
It's
the
all
store.
it's all
Yeah.
mixed in the store. Yep.
So all of the fresh stuff, like the deli items and all of those type of things, we get multiple truckloads a week. So those are just like every day things are coming out constantly. And then also in grocery, even though we get a truckload every week, we get pallets in the back. So as they're putting it out, things are coming out. Even our employees are excited. They're like, oh, wait, I got to buy this. By the end of the day, they got a stack of all the things they want to buy. So, and it's literally all over the store. Everything's new. Everything's different. Everything's changing.
So something new is being added to the shelves daily.
Correct. All day long.
Yeah.
So it's fun and it's exciting, and that's how we're really different and how we stand out from the other stores. That and that community input that we put, like you mentioned before.
this is making me want to go to Grocery Outlet right now. Like, I just want to.
It's exciting.
It is super
It's really
fun
exciting.
to wander in there and you see, you know, like they have a little seasonal area, but even just like all around the store, there's like little pockets of something that you might not have seen last time you were there. So it is kind of fun. I like that treasure hunt kind of thing.
And that's why we say shop us first. So shop us first to get the best deals, and then whatever we don't have, then go wherever else you need to. But you need to shop us first because you can't miss the deals.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's like the thing that we're trying to like build for the people that aren't grocery outlet shoppers like you guys that aren't familiar with how we work. That, you know, it is that it's the shop us first, save the most, and then if you have to replace with a couple of items, you know, then you've already saved a ton of money, and you've also helped the community because everything we're getting, we're also giving back. But even before I was a part of this, when I was in a regular grocery store, you know, I was with Rayleigh's, I enjoyed as a customer and a consumer going to a grocery outlet and shopping because it was a fun experience.
Okay. Do you guys have like a reward program as well that people can join?
We sure do. Yeah. So we have multiple things. Right now we have an app. We have a new grocery app, a grocery outlet app. So we're kind of cool kids now. We have an app. I think that's pretty cool. So we have that. And if you go in there and if you add the app, you get a $5 coupon right off the bat. You get extra deals, savings, specials, free items. Right now we have our win free groceries for life. So from now through March, every time you come in and put your phone number in when you do your shopping, and you can enter daily, you get a chance to win free groceries for life. Wow. Also, there's going to be people that'll get as well free groceries for a year, and then also like $5,000 in groceries. So there's a lot of cool things just for being a shopper. And then also monthly, something that Frank and I do, it's called Win What You Save. So when you shop in the store, and you actually, some of your guys' friends and a lot of people have got it, Amber Silva and a lot of people. So when you shop, at the end of your receipt, they circle your savings, and they'll tell you, hey, Derek, you saved $253.29, and they'll circle it in red. And then you put your name and phone number on it, you drop it in the box.
And it enters into a drawing that we choose once a month.
So however many times you come, you're getting the chance for winning groceries for life. You're getting the Win What You Save. We draw it monthly live on Facebook or Instagram. Wow. And then you get the savings. So whatever you saved, you got. So you have multiple chances to win that too. So I mean, what other grocery stores are doing that? Honestly, I've never seen anyone doing all the things that we're doing.
I don't think like stores do this
they
or anything.
They don't. It's fun. That's why I'm like, I am like, why are people not like running over each other, trampling each other to get to the other side of town? And okay, so prior to Patterson, I lived in Modesto. I mean, to get from one side to the other of town, you're going through lights. It's an hour. I mean, I worked on the other side of town a lot of times. It's like an hour, you know, with traffic sometimes more. We're literally 5 minutes from the other side of town. Yeah. So I'm always like, come over, guys, run, let's go. We got deals, we got fun, we've got savings, we've got giving you money back and chances to win. Like, get over here, guys.
It's like a little casino almost.
Right?
Yeah. You guys just need some flashing lights.
Yes.
I think people will just go in there and you just can't get them out. Like, hey, guys, we're closing already. Right?
I like that.
Okay. So what's something about the Patterson customers that surprised or maybe like inspired you? Something that you see differently from like Tracy or even how you worked out at Rayleigh's? Like, what do you notice about the people here?
They're very polite.
Really?
We have a lot of polite customers.
A lot of people are really kind, very humble, very caring, very dedicated, very loyal. You know, once you've made a friend or you've made a customer that you've went out of your way for or become friends with, they're like a customer for life. And I really appreciate that. They're also friends, you know. It's like when you're in a big town or things like that, it's like you don't remember each other's names. They're in and out. Well, we did in our store, but for the most part, you don't really know people. But here it's like, hey, Joe, hey, Derek, hey, Angela, where's your daughter, Elizabeth, or whatever's going on, you know. So it's a different feel, and I like that feeling. It's very small town and intimate.
Yeah, it's kind of cool being in a smaller town with the grocery store, because then these people, they become your friends.
They do.
Yeah.
You see them at church. You see them walking up the street. You see them at Javi's, you know?
Yeah.
Javi's.
Yeah, see them at Javi's.
Yeah, that sounds good right about now.
Yeah, right? Well, we might just go after this.
I think we might.
That's so cool. What about for the future? What do you guys see for the future of Grocery Outlet here in Patterson?
Building,
growth,
and growth.
Being a larger part of the community, being able to do more, being able to provide more to the community and help more people.
We have huge goals in the way that we help the community. What we're able to do now on basically nothing. You know how they say that like beer budget, champagne taste on a beer budget? Well, we've got a beer budget. But when we can do well and we can be successful, which we know will come, you know, as we build, as the town grows, and as more people understand who we are, then we'll have so much more that we can do and grow and give. So we're very excited about that.
And I know earlier you were talking with Angela about the events that you guys hold, like in the parking lot, correct?
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that? What you guys do?
Sure. Yeah, we do them inside the store. We do them in the parking lot. We do just wherever. I mean, it depends on how big the event is and how it kind of spreads out. But we've done a lot of things. We do a lot of free crafts and things like that for the kids. We had just for Christmas, we had an event where we had the Boy Scouts come out, and we had chosen a dog shelter that had come out. And so all the profit went to them. We did crafts. We had vendors, and then we had the Grinch come. He showed up at Grocery Outlet, which was really cool to take pictures, and then selfies with Santa. And so all of it was free. It was just donations to help out. Wow. So people were coming in and just dropping off dog food and pet beds. And throughout that week up at our check stand, we were asking people, hey, would you guys like to donate? So we had a ton of stuff that we donated personally, and then also as a community and customers.
Sometimes we'll have the cheerleaders and the high school football team. They'll come out and bag groceries for tips and stuff like that to help them. Yeah.
People don't like to admit that, maybe I wouldn't be able to be part of the football team or the cheer team because I couldn't afford it. My family couldn't afford it. So we always try to find a way, whether it's, bringing them out to do things like that or whatever we can do to help. We have a ladies' night coming up it's a Galentine's event. Really? So that'll be inside the store. It'll be a little bit of shopping, pampering. We have a local artist, Miss Sonia Paz, is going to come out, and she's going to be doing some wine glass painting.
It's like a sip and paint?
It's going to be a sip and paint, and we'll have refreshments. We'll have some local vendors, and that's a big thing, too, out in Patterson, is just everybody helping one another and just getting to know one another. So helping our business, but also helping other businesses to come out. There's no vendor fee, and we're just having them come out and just kind of promote their business, and it'll be fun. I'm excited to hang out with all the girls. Verity, she's a local masseuse. She's going to be doing chair massages, and Mac, Hair by Mac is going to come out and do a little tinsel in the hair and things like that. So it'll be fun. I'm excited to hang out and get pampered, and we'll have a VIP lane so you can get in and out with your groceries. And
we really like helping out the local businesses too, the little guys too.
Because we are that. Yeah. We're not a big business. We're literally Frank and Sarah. It's our store and our business. We're there all the time.
It sounds like you guys have events there all the time. How often do you think you have events there?
We do. We have them every couple months. Yeah. Usually they're seasonal. Like we had a pumpkin patch in our store outside, and we did some free crafts and things like that we had going on. But I'd say that every holiday,
every couple months at least.
Every holiday and every couple months we have something going on. Yeah. So it's cool. If you haven't already liked our Instagram and our Facebook, and of course it's got to be Patterson Grocery Outlet, because if you do just regular Grocery Outlet, you'll get the main accounts. Yeah. We post all of the events that we have and everything we have going on, and it's always free.
Yep. Definitely plug in the social media right now. I'll edit it in right over here on the top of your head.
Thank you.
Instagram, Facebook, whatever you guys have, WhatsApp, if you guys have that, whatever it is. What is the...
So we're Patterson at Grocery Outlet, and we have our Facebook and we have our Instagram.
Okay. Perfect. So I'll plug that in up here so you guys can give them a follow, see what exciting things they have. I think they're gonna start posting stories of the new items they have every week, right?
Yep. That's right. That's right.
We do that a lot.
And selfies with Derek and Angela when they come in.
Yes. I might be in costume. I don't know.
Cupid. He's gonna be Cupid. That's what I heard. Yes. Baby Cupid.
Oh yeah, because February's coming up. What has been your favorite event so far?
Probably the animal shelter. The dog.
That was fun. I really enjoyed Christmas. The one that we had recently with the dog shelter, and we had I was almost trying to talk all at once, but when we had that and did that, it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of people that showed up. There was a lot of heart. I mean, they got like $4,000 worth of stuff to help a local shelter, and that was really cool. And seeing the Boy Scouts and seeing Sage, which was the little boy who started the whole thing, and us being able to support him, like that was really heartwarming. So I think that's probably one of our favorites. We've done a lot of cool stuff.
They're all great though. Like the cheerleaders, everyone's great. Like they're all great.
I feel like they all have special meaning, each one for different reasons, if that makes sense. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Like you just can't have a favorite.
It's hard to have a favorite. Yeah. It's like ice cream. You like all flavors.
Every one of them.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like ice cream. You like each flavor, but one's really good, but the other's really good. So, but I think that's probably been our favorite. I mean, selfies with the Grinch and Santa and seeing the puppies. The puppies was it. Yeah, the puppies were. I love puppies.
Yeah, you seem very excited about that one.
Yeah.
It was super cute. Yeah. It was really a lot. It was a lot of fun. It wasn't just like people walking up and putting stuff down and walking away. It was, a lot of interaction on that one.
Mm-hmm. So outside of Grocery Outlet, what do you guys do on your free time? Or are you guys always Grocery Outlet?
Yeah, we're pretty much always Grocery Outlet.
Really?
We have very little free time, and the time that we do have free, we're still if we're not there physically at the store, we're still there at the store running things. So it's rough to try and get out there, but when we do get out, we like to go to Monterey. So we spend a lot of time in Monterey.
Really?
Yeah, Monterey, or we go on the boat and we try and go to peaceful places and just try and
decompress.
Home.
Well, we also really enjoy
Yeah.
spending time with our family and our kids. We go to church. We try to do different things. A lot of times, because of us being involved, there's always an event with the community or things going on too. So it's a balance of family, friends, trying to relax, and then just community events that are going on today too. And throughout the.
Where do you guys find that drive to do all this?
God.
yeah.
God gives it to us. Yep. God.
I think that we're like a finite source of energy, so that we have to rely on an external source like that.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know I'm all over the place, and
I am
I
too.
know I have to rely on the same on God, because
Yeah.
I cannot do this on my own.
I mean, Starbucks helps, but
Yeah.
God, Starbucks and Dutch
Only does
Bros
so
help,
much,
but it only gets you so far. Then it's God.
Yeah, especially when Dutch Bros and Starbucks are so close to you guys.
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
Yes.
So in the morning, have yourself a little coffee, and then head over to Grocery Outlet, right?
Yep, most definitely.
What time are you guys open?
So we open at 8 a.m.,
Okay, open at 8 a.m. and then you guys are closed at
9 p.m.
9 p.m. So you guys are you guys there the whole time?
The majority of it.
The majority of it, but we try not to stay there the whole day because we gotta kind of.
We have a really great
Yeah.
team. That was one thing that was really nice is the people too. Like you were talking about, like the difference in the customers, but we have really great employees too. Some of them came with us from our Tracy store.
Really?
And they lived in Patterson, so they were excited for us to open and be a part. So they were
Oh,
like, "Yay,
sure.
we're here, hometown. We don't have to commute." And then we have some really great people that we brought on when we opened the new
Yeah.
store. So we're lucky that we have a lot of trust and love and loyalty in that store too. So it's different when you have hundreds of employees as having 16 to 20 that intimately and are
Yeah.
you trust, and
Yeah.
because we can trust them, so it's nice to be able to walk away and let them handle it, and they do a great
Yeah.
job at it. We're
They
really
do.
proud of our team.
Yeah,
Our
we're
team's
really proud of
wonderful.
them. We look at them as a family.
We do.
Like we really treat them with kindness and love and respect, and we help them in any way we can as well.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
Celebrate their birthdays, the
Yep.
goods, the bads. So yeah, that's a big difference too.
Is there like a particular memory that you guys have as a team that stands out to you guys?
Opening the store. It was stressful opening a new store.
Yeah.
So we were all there just day and night, stocking shelves, getting things ready, doing everything, preparing. So when we had our grand opening, it was a party for all of us. They were just as excited. They were just as proud. We had a VIP the night before where they all got to bring their family and friends. And they were
Wow.
so proud of all the things that they did. They were like, it was like when you're in school and you're like, look what I made, look what I did. You know what I mean? So they were just as excited, and we give them a lot of praise. I mean, we
A
can't do
lot
it
of
on
praise.
our own.
We couldn't do it without them.
We say please and thank you. We appreciate them, and we have an awesome team.
Yeah. It's so incredibly rare to see that in any type of business. For the most part, people hate their jobs, right?
Yep.
So it sounds like the people that are your guys' team, they love to come in. They're proud of it. They're part of the community.
Yep.
They're just like, yes, Grocery Outlet, right? They see the
Yeah.
same vision that you guys have, correct?
They really
Yes.
do. And I mean, even if they're off on an event, they're excited for that event. They'll come on their days off to hang out with us and be a part of it. So it just goes to show how much they enjoy their job and being a part of it, that they'll come on their day off, to be doing it and a part of it. And they really do.
That's awesome.
And the majority of the people we've had since we first opened, I mean, our team hasn't changed much. If you ever go in the store from the beginning to the end, a lot of them are the same people.
Yeah.
They really like being there. And they also like seeing our customers and seeing what we can do to help them to save money. And they enjoy it. It's fun. It's a fun atmosphere.
That's so cool. You for the most part, you will never catch anyone going to their job on their day off.
Right?
Right.
No way. I agree.
Yeah.
So I mean, you guys could say all day long, "Oh yeah, my team loves work and all that," but actions speak louder than words.
I agree.
If they're coming in on their day off, they really like it.
Yeah.
They really do.
It's a great feeling. I agree. It's a great feeling.
So how did you guys were you guys in like a management position before you had gotten into a Grocery Outlet? Like how did you guys figure all that out to lead a team?
So it's a little new for me because I wasn't. I was just a contractor. For her, yes, she ran a whole store, so she knows all the ins and outs about it.
I ran a whole store prior to, so that was normal for me. I also was a Girl Scout leader like Miss Angela for a lot of years,
Wow.
so I was used to dealing with parents and kids and just, you know, planning events and all of those kind of things. And then I was also a cheer coach and a cheer president as well. So for me, it was like I was used to running things and doing things and building the team and just working with everybody. So for me, and then grocery for all those years. I was a grocery manager. So
So that training program that you mentioned, that was mostly for Frank.
Yes.
Right.
Frank was his only employee, which was nice prior to, and for him, he really enjoys it, and it was impressive and really awesome to see how he adapted to all of a sudden having a team and a crew and all the new.
It's definitely a different experience.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys like read any books or anything?
We had to go to college. We literally had a Grocery Outlet University.
Yeah, there's a Grocery Outlet University
so,
that
and
you
it's
have to go through,
intense.
and you have to be picked. It's like a small selection of people that get picked. Yeah.
Wow.
It's huge. So
how long is that?
It's about a year.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's over a year.
Yeah.
So first you have to apply, and you have to go through this whole vetting process, and then you have to go through interviews, and they are all day long grueling interviews with like 8 to 10 people, all corporate people from Grocery Outlet, top notch, like the top of the head, and then you have to be chosen. And then once you're chosen, which is already a huge thing, I mean, and there's like 3,000 to 4,000 people that'll go through these interviews. So to get chosen is like, wow. And then once you do, you have to go through not only schooling, which is about a year, you have to pass all this tests, you have to learn the way that Grocery Outlet does things as opposed to another company. And then you also, at the same time, you have to work 12 to 15 hours a day in a store physically.
Wow.
So you have homework, you have schooling, you have classes, and you're also in a store
Every day.
learning every day for 10 to 12 to 15 hours.
It was rough.
It was rough. So you had to really want it. I mean, it was like... If you didn't want it, that's where they kind of like
They
the make
filter
or
you
break.
out.
They filter you out
Yeah.
and find out if you can hang and if you can handle it. And so it was rough. And so when we graduated and we had made it through, it was an awesome experience. And then now they ask us to go back actually to Emeryville, which is where our corporate office is.
Oh,
and they'll
okay.
ask us to go out there and give speeches and talk to people that are, you know, in the program. So, and just kind of telling them like, hang in there, like be tough, you know, keep your grit. It's worth it. But yeah, it's just kind of like reassuring them that you're going to get through.
Really?
You're going to make it. But
I
it's hard.
I like how you were just like every day.
Every day.
It was
Yeah,
rough.
it was rough. It was rough.
Yeah, it was rough. I'm not going to lie.
What was the hardest part, you think? It's like having flashbacks right now.
He's got PTSD.
Yeah, it was really bad. I think they prepare you to be able to run the entire store in case everyone walks on you.
Really?
So you have to know everything.
Oh, wow.
So from the back to the front to the everything you got to know. So it's a lot. You got to.
It's like the army.
Yeah.
But I think for me, the hardest part was just really like, usually in a business, it's like you wear one hat, right? So like, you know, when I ran the store, it's like, okay, I do this, this, and this. Well, we had to learn how to wear all the hats all at the same time and be able to juggle them as well. So that's the hardest part.
crazy.
Like from my old world, my friends will be like, oh, so what do you do? And they're like, oh, I do payroll and I do scheduling. Like that's their job, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, I do that. And I do the ordering and I do the receiving and I do this and I check and I fill this and I do that. And then Frank's like, oh my gosh, we literally do all of that all day long. So that's probably what's the most challenging. But it's also fun too. I mean, who wants just one job or one thing to do every day?
Some people. Some people, yeah.
True.
But you really have to have like a passion and a love to do
You
this.
do.
Yeah.
You really do.
And especially because I mean that whole process that you have to go through, like they have to choose you, and what are the like the bases that they choose you off of?
They do everything. I mean,
Yeah, you
even
got to take a personality test.
That's what I was
Really?
gonna say.
Like,
A psychological test, a personality test. You have to take a test to see how intelligent you are. They want to know about your background, what you've
Your
done,
temperament, how you react to certain situations,
Really?
like
how
all
you
that.
can
Yeah.
work together. Because if it's a partnership business, they
Yep.
want to make sure that we're not gonna flip out and then we're gonna be like, no, we don't want to do this anymore. So they want to see how you can deal with one another and then other people, how you're gonna deal with your team. But yeah, they ask you a lot of things. They want to know about your background, your personality. If you have a passion for the community, because that's really big to Grocery Outlet. So if you don't, they don't want you
Yeah.
there.
Wow.
It's huge to
So,
Grocery Outlet.
That's that I
Yeah.
did not
It's
know
a lot.
that at
I've
all.
never
it-
I've never seen
yeah.
anything like it, to be honest with you. The way they vet you, I mean, they know everything.
Yeah.
Do you remember the personality test that you guys were given?
Yes.
Like what type it
Yeah.
was?
Just how you would react to certain situations, how you would answer certain questions. Like it was just really particular the way they asked things and to get to see what type of person you are. Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah.
So there's
There's a
scenario
lot.
questions.
Yeah, definitely.
And then was it like multiple choice, or was someone like giving you these questions like a mock interview type?
Some of them were multiple choice, and it's like it'll literally tell you if you're psycho. Like it's like it's like one of the ones they give through the court trials. Like
No, it's true. It's that intense.
Yeah.
They spend a lot of money. Like their program is like over $4,000, and each time they do a test, there's a huge cost to them because it's an outside person who does it. So there is a mock interview. There is like personality, like we'll talk back and forth, and they're watching how we move, how we talk, our eyes, and it's kind of funny because you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize, because they don't tell you. So you're like, I didn't know he was looking at my eyes, or how much I looked, or how much I blinked, or if I talk with my hands like I do, or things like that. And then there's also multiple choice. Then they throw it all together, and they're like, you're this person, and you're this person.
And they tell you exactly how you are.
And it's weird because you're like, I didn't even know I was like that.
No way. Like, how do you know that?
Yeah.
Like, it's weird, yeah.
And then they say, how are you going to deal with one another? Because that's really important. And how are you going to deal with other people?
Wow.
So
how do they deliver the results to you guys? Did they just tell you like everything about you?
They they don't really tell you the results. They just kind of...
They kind of do. It's kind of like if you've ever done that DNA test,
okay.
Right? So they'll tell you like you're 20% this, 30% that, 40% that, and they'll give it to you, and this is your personality. Like they have different, like your A, B, C, and D.
Yeah, but I think you know the sign is if they push you through it, then you passed it.
Okay.
But, some people I guess turn out psycho, but I don't know.
No, they'll drop you. They'll drop you.
They'll drop
At
you.
any point they can drop you. If you're not doing well in your schooling, if you're not doing well in the store that you're working in, and they don't feel like you're a good fit, or you're just not good, they'll drop you. And if you get to your personality test and they're like, this is not it.
They probably won't say it's because you're psycho. They'll probably just be like, this isn't for you. Or
That's not HR approved.
Yeah,
it's HR approved. I think you should look into other options.
Yeah.
But thank you for coming in.
We're considering other options,
Yeah.
essentially.
Thank you so much.
Wow, okay.
Thank you for your
So
time.
then they told you guys that you guys weren't crazy.
No, thank God.
And then...
We're only crazy for working as hard as we do and doing as much as we are, but we're good crazy.
Yeah.
That's good. And then they told you, and you guys worked well together, right?
For the majority of the time. We balance each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we balance each other, which is nice. We have
I
very
think we work
different
very
personalities.
well together.
Okay.
We do.
So you guys complement each other. Are you guys like they say opposites attract. Are you guys like polar opposites of each other?
Personality wise, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
In what sense do you think?
I'm more introverted. I like to go and do things with my hands.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She's kind of the opposite. She's very outgoing, as you can see, and she likes talking a lot, and
Okay.
she compliments me in that aspect.
Oh. And what do you think?
It's definitely that. He's very on the shy, like more introverted, and I'm more like, hey, how's it going? What's going on? You know, and talking to people and things like that. When we have to do speeches or we go to things, he'll be like, you got this, right? And I'm like, yeah, I got this. And then he'll like jump in. I'm like, oh, look at you, growing and, doing your own thing. So it's pretty cool watching him develop and do all these big things.
Wow. So then this isn't like your area of comfort, really.
No.
Not before. If you would have known him before, that's why I'm like so proud to see him like jump in and talk and do things, because before you couldn't have caught him to do this at all. You'd have been like, nope, sorry.
That's super cool. How did you guys meet?
That's a cool story, actually. We met when we were young, and we dated when we were young, and then we found each other later in life, and we reconnected, and then we bonded our families like the Brady Bunch, and then we
That's a short
business.
story. That's a short story.
There's a very long story, which I'll tell you one day, but yeah.
There's a coma involved and everything else.
It was like lifetime, literally. Yeah,
Wow.
even with the coma and everything, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go over to Grocery Outlet to find out the rest
Yes,
for part 2.
To be continued. To be continued.
That's super cool. So then you guys dated, you guys met later on in life, and then you guys are now Grocery Outlet owners.
Yep.
Yes.
Now that's a crazy. Did you guys ever think that like you would own a grocery outlet?
No,
Absolutely
never.
not.
Really?
Yeah, I just thought we'd be the cool people that were shopping there and things like
Yeah.
that. So I never thought that was in the cards for us, to be honest with you.
How long has Grocery Outlet been around?
It has been around since the early 1900s, so it's been around for a long time. I remember
No,
shopping.
I think from the 50s. I think.
Right? So then it's safe to say that it was around when you guys were growing up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When I was young, I remember going to the stores and being a part of it. So when I say that, I guess I didn't mean like the 1900s, but early. I was born in the 80s, so early 1900s is
Yeah.
30s, 40s, 50s. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So then you guys would go, and you guys never had the idea of like, yeah, maybe I'll have this.
Never really thought that was an opportunity, really, or an option. You know, it's pretty cool to actually do that. In my old world, it's like you worked for someone else. You were always going to work for someone else. So the opportunity to actually have your own and have your own business and to have your own store of Grocery Outlet was not something that I saw in our card. So it was really exciting that it was.
I travel a lot for work, and I talk to business owners all the time. And one of the things that I like to ask them is, what gave you that initial push to, what was like the catalyst from you working a 9-to-5 job to becoming a business owner?
So for us, for me specifically, our friends would watch me work all these crazy hours. I always commuted. I worked a lot of hours. I missed a lot of things with like my kids growing up and things like that. And so that was really hard. And so the opportunity to be able to show up for things, you know, that you wanted to, and to make your own schedules. And also our kids, every one of them have worked in our store, whether it was our last store or this store. So it's a really cool feeling to be able to spend that time with them, to be able to teach them, and to be able to have them around. So for us, it was really about being able to work together, and also to be able to have our family time and to work together as well. So
yeah, it was really me trying to push her on board. I was already kind of wanting to do it with her because I knew she could do it. It was just her taking that leap of faith into doing it, and I was just trying to build her the confidence that, because she does it. She's really good at what she does. I knew she could do it really well.
Thank you.
So that's why I kind of pushed her into it, and here we are.
I think the biggest thing for me too, when it came to that, was where I worked before, I knew what I was making. I knew what my retirement was. I knew what my vacation looked like. I knew what was in front of me. And it's like going into this is like diving into a pool. Having your own business is literally like jumping into the pool and not knowing exactly how deep the water is and hoping you can swim.
And so I've owned a business for the past 23 years. So I knew that aspect of it, and I knew that together we could do it.
That's so cool. And it's funny how like mostly, like I'd say like 80-90% of the business owners that I talk to each say, I took a leap of faith. How did that leap of faith feel like to you guys? Like that uncertainty of not knowing whether or not, like, hey, maybe this will work, maybe it won't. Like, how did that feel for you guys?
It's scary. To be honest with you,
it's scary and terrifying.
It is scary.
It still is, you know. I mean, we literally we pray a lot on it. We talk to one another about it. We have other friends that own grocery outlets as well, and so we talk to them about it and kind of see like what they're dealing with, and we kind of not vent, but just hang out with them, talk to them about it. And it's nice to know like we're not the only ones going through those situations. And hey, how did you deal with this? How were the first couple years of business, or how did you get through this or that? And that's really what's helped us a lot to get through that, because it's scary.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Especially with things changing not constantly, you know, in California, laws, rules, prices of everything.
Yeah, everything is going up.
Yeah, there's this saying that goes, nothing great was ever done in anyone's comfort zone.
Yep.
So this is something that's really, and I think it's probably something that pushes you out of your comfort zone every day.
Most
right?
definitely.
There's always something new going on. I'm sure, like you said, like the laws change, the prices go up, so you have to be creative. You have to figure out, how am I going to make this work?
Yep.
So who's the most creative one?
Oh, her definitely.
Really?
I'm the marketing and event person. I'm the one who's always trying to do something new or different, out of the box, you know, just to try to make it fun, exciting, new, and just to try to make it a good environment for both the employees and the customers. So, I mean, to bring them in, you've got to do things differently. So I'm constantly thinking, I'll be at night, 3 a.m, waking up like, oh, okay, how can I do this? Or what should I do for this or that? Or what can we do differently? So it's definitely, you have to be creative.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's so funny because like people that own businesses, like they say, I'm going to leave my 9-to-5 because it's taking up all my time. And then they become business owners, and they're that's your whole life now.
All the time. That's why people that are not business owners can't relate, because they literally clock out and they're done. But like that, literally our friends, we talk to them about it too. And they're like, you don't leave. You don't leave. You're there all day, all night. It's different though. And that's what,
but working for yourself is different than working for the man. It's more rewarding. And it's not as hard because you're not doing it for someone else. You're doing it for yourself. So you don't mind working as hard as you have to.
It's very true. It's a different feeling, for sure.
You're like, it's not a business. It's a lifestyle.
And no, it is, though. Yeah, it is, though.
Yeah.
It really is.
With grocery, it is, yeah.
Definitely. Because, like, with a regular job, you're always capped at, like, I mean, you work hourly, you can only work 24 hours in a day,
Yeah.
the most, and no one can really do that, right? But when you have a business, I mean, you can keep growing, keep going, and it's all for your own legacy,
Right.
Yes.
And I'm sure that with your kids, you want to pass that down. Do they like being at the store,
They
or
really
are they
do.
like?
They really do.
Okay.
I mean, they've all done different things in different areas, and they found like their niche or what they like the most. But they also see our stress and our struggles and things like that too. So I think
Yeah.
it's character building for us and for them as well. So they do like being there. I don't know that they necessarily want to take it on because they're like, wow, it's a lot, but they do enjoy being a part of it and seeing the process. And to be honest with you, they really like, you probably have seen them at a lot of the community events too. They enjoy that kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
So it builds character for them. And that's a nice thing.
Would you guys say that your favorite part of being grocery outlet owners is engaging with the community, doing all that type of stuff, or what is it that you guys like the most?
Yes, that and being able to do it with our family.
With
Yeah.
your family.
I've worked for businesses before where they're like, oh yeah, we're a family business, we're this, we're that, your family. But it wasn't like that. It was very different. Some were, but for the majority of the time, I mean, when you're working 10 hours a day and you're commuting an hour one way, an hour back, and you don't get to really see your family much. So it's nice to be able to have your family working with you, going to events, doing things with you, and being able to show up for the things that matter.
That flexibility.
The flexibility
is
is
the biggest
huge.
thing. What would you say is the biggest lesson that you guys have learned running the business in Patterson?
Being humble. Humble yourself.
Really?
Yeah.
Lots of patience, just like I said in the beginning, we thought that the shopping center was going to be there, all these homes were going to be built, all of these things. So just learning to just kind of, things are out of your control, just keep, hoping, helping, praying, all of the above, and just being really patient and understanding, because there's a lot of things you can't control or you can't do, and just being understanding and, like you said, humble, and just hoping for the best, praying for the best.
Just adapt.
Yeah.
Be humble.
Adapt, be humble.
Stay hungry and humble.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. So then, as we're kind of closing up right now, we want to look towards the future. What's a service or initiative or a business or anything that you guys would love to see come to Patterson?
I'm so looking for some more restaurants. We have a lot of fast food and we have a lot of the same type of, restaurants. So it's just something new and something different would be really nice. I'm looking forward to that. I don't know about you. We eat here a lot. We're always here.
Home Depot would be nice.
Really, Home Depot?
I don't think it's happening anytime soon, but Home Depot would be nice.
He's always working on the house. So for him, it's that. And then for me, I'm always at work. So I'm a foodie. I'm like, hey, what are we going to eat today? What are we getting?
I go to Home Depots every single day. That's what I deliver flooring.
Oh, okay.
So I was in the Santa Rosa area. I delivered to 3 or 4 different Home Depots, and it's funny because Home Depots and Lowe's they're kind of similar, but they're not. They're not the same. They have a whole different vibe, and
It's like Target and Walmart.
yes,
It's literally like that.
and
like
I
the difference.
think it's the colors. I don't know.
Oh, color theory is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
Yeah.
because when I go to Home Depot, it feels like a construction site. The
Yeah.
orange and everything, and the
Yeah.
employees treat it like a construction site.
It's a little rough.
It's a little rough, but they get stuff done.
Yeah.
And then when you go to Lowe's, it's kind of chill. You're just like, I want to renovate something.
I want to drink some coffee while I'm shopping.
Yeah.
What about you guys? What do you guys want to see, or what are you guys excited to see to come to Patterson? What's your next thing that you're like, I hope this comes or we get this?
Well, there's probably a couple, but I think one of the things that I would want is a police department.
Yes.
That's probably something that we really
Yes.
need.
I always forget that we don't technically have one
Mm-hmm.
because when you go down there, there's people down there, there's a sheriff. So I guess I forget that we don't have one,
Mm-hmm.
but you're right, that's huge.
It is big. I think it's bigger than a lot of people realize because coming from a bigger city like Tracy or the Bay Area or wherever, people take for granted all the services that they have, including, the fire and police and that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. So
That's
when
very
you get
true.
out here, they don't realize what we don't have
Yeah.
until, something happens.
They need it.
So,
Yeah.
That's very true. I didn't even think about that. Just because we have the sheriff's, department down there, I feel like we have it because we have the presence in the town. But yeah, you're 100% right. Police department would be huge. I also hear at some point we might have a hospital. That would be really great.
That would be even better too.
Yeah.
The problem is we need the population. Everything's population. We need to have the numbers. Every time I ask, well, when are we gonna get a hospital? we need the population. When we get a Home Depot, we need the population.
Yes.
When we get this restaurant, we need the population.
It's
so
coming. It's just slow.
It is.
Slow.
It
But I
is.
mean, you've been here since '09, so you've seen
a
a
lot
lot of
come.
growth. A
the
lot of
is-
growth. Yeah.
It's, you know, it comes in spurts, and then,
Yeah.
you know, you have to wait for everything else to catch up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was here before they even had the palm trees
Oh, gosh.
down Siberi.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's been
Yeah.
here a while, guys.
That's super cool.
But there's some great growth growing, and it's wonderful. And as that grows, more will come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I was here 2009, so I mean, when I was here, it was just Taco Bell on the other side of Sperry. There wasn't Walmart or any
Nope.
of those other businesses there. So I just remember coming out of high school and I'm like, oh, it's a minimum day. I'm gonna go to Taco Bell or whatever. And then when they opened up Walmart, I was like, I'm gonna go to Walmart and get some cheap snacks.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, I'm gonna go to Grocery Outlet to see what new snacks they got. Right?
Thank you.
They get a good variety of snacks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very. Yeah.
Yeah, from the couple times that I went, I'm like looking at the new stuff and I'm like, okay, yeah, I need this, I need a little bit of this, and I started getting a little bit of weight, and I was like, oh. But they have healthy snacks too.
We
Oh yeah, we do. We
sure
got a
do.
lot of healthy snacks.
Yeah, that's one of the things I liked because some other places they don't have like a section dedicated to that or anything
Yeah.
like that, and it's just always the same thing. But then you go to Grocery Outlet and it's like, oh, I'd never seen those before. Let me try those out, right? But keeping with the same line of questions, is there any exciting projects or plans for Grocery Outlet that you guys would like to share for the upcoming future?
Just building on what we're already doing, but just really just making everything larger and bigger. I think right now people are still learning us. They're still kind of figuring out what we are as a store, what we have to offer, our events, things like that. You know, they're not on the size that we'd like it to be. So
Okay.
I think just really growing on that, growing with the community. You know, that's really our goal right now. It's all about growth and doing bigger things, bigger and better things. That's really where we're at with it.
I'm sure as they go building the houses on that side of what is that,
Baldwin.
Baldwin?
Yeah.
On that side of Baldwin, I mean, I'm sure that there's going to be more and more people going right over there because they're going to have to make the choice between going towards the freeway or going down towards inside of town, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
And then where do you guys see yourselves as part of the community in the next few years?
Hopefully, in a large part of the community. Yeah.
Definitely. I feel like everything, once again, just bigger and better. You know, the more that we can do and the more that we can expand as a store and the better we can do, the more we can bring to the community.
Yeah.
So I feel like just growing on that and doing more and more that we can do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually excited about more things that we can do in the community.
Definitely.
I agree.
Okay. And then the final question that we have, or actually before we get to the final question, is there anything that you guys want to share?
We just want to thank everybody for all of your guys' support and just being there for us and accepting us and just letting us be a part of the community. I mean, we already were, but accepting us and being there for us and letting us be involved is an honor. And so we're thankful for that and grateful for that. It means a lot to be able to be here in our own town instead of another town and to be able to do the things that we do. It's a lot of fun. We enjoy the events. We enjoy the daily in the store and just, you know, being around our people. It's really cool, actually. So.
And I'm sure the feeling is mutual that it's so easy for you guys to not do that type of stuff, right? Just run your business. There's really no reason for you guys to be doing what you're doing right now, but you guys are doing it anyway. And so I know the feeling is mutual from the customers and the people in the community that Grocery Outlet is so involved, and you guys love the community for what it is,
We
right?
do.
So
Thank
you.
we
Yeah,
thank
thank
you
you.
for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then the final question, why do you love Patterson?
Why do we not love Patterson? There's so many cool things in Patterson. Oh my gosh. The floats, the events, the Christmas trees and wreaths, the love and the passion that everybody has here. I mean, people are so awesome and kind and humble. And a lot of people, like we said, you know, you guys were talking about people knowing people by name, you know, and it's just a different feel than any other community or town I've ever
Like you said, it's small,
been.
but it's not too small.
Definitely.
Everyone's always willing to help. People are willing to, however, whether it's financial or coming down to set up, like you're here on your own time, spending all these hours to set up. And Angela's been to 2 meetings. I know we've been with her 2 of them, you know, but here we are. None of us have had dinner and we're all just like, let's go, you know. So the love and care and the time. You know, I mean, you get people out there when we have our Love Patterson events, they're breaking their backs, you know, on a weekend and spending hours out there gardening and doing this and painting. Like, you don't see that everywhere. So it's so different. Like, I can't even, unless you've been here and been a part of it, you wouldn't even understand.
Yeah, and I think most of the people that live here understand that aspect of it, and that's why we can all be friends and see people and say hi and just enjoy that feeling, that small hometown feeling.
You definitely fall in love with the town. I know when I first moved here, I had moved here from Stockton, and that's a big city too, a small town. And I was a teenager during the time, so I was like, Mom, Dad, what are we doing here? Right?
I'm bored.
Yeah. But then I just remember seeing the mountains, how beautiful they are during the springtime when they get green and stuff like that. And then when they get that golden brown, I was like, I don't know.
Beautiful.
The sunsets that get painted.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. And you guys have front row seats to that.
We do. It's beautiful.
Yeah. You guys should have like a live cam or something just with the sunset.
I know, right? That would be kind of cool, live cam.
Oh,
There's a lot of historical things too, like, you know, the fiesta, that they do, the apricot fiesta, and the things that they do, and all of the girls, you see, like, they made 100 years of all of the Mrs. Pattersons and all the traditions that you don't see in other cities or towns either. So that's also a really thing that I think is really cool, to be a part of the history and all the things like that are really important. So
that's wonderful. Do you have anything?
I don't.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming on and sharing your insights on Patterson, sharing who you guys are in the community. We thank you for your time. And that's all, everyone. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, we're good.